I'm 32, I consider myself child-free, and have a note on my phone with a list of 50 plus reasons why not to have kids. Let's talk about it. Before we get into 6 of those reasons today, a disclaimer. I love women and I have an enormous respect and support for all women who chose to become mothers and have kids. In this video, I don't have any intention whatsoever of shaming mothers, and in this video I also have no intention whatsoever of discouraging people who want kids to have them. I'm just sharing my personal experiences, my opinion, and my thought process of why motherhood is not the right path for me right now or possibly ever. I remember when I was around 22, 23, I had a conversation with my friend about our future. Somehow we were talking about having kids and she said, "Oh, you also think that having kids is actually optional, not mandatory." And I remember something clicking in my head, because until that point, I've never in my life thought that not having kids was an option for me. And until then, I either actively wanted to have kids in the future, or I thought that, I don't know, it's just mandatory, you know? I think my next step tells a lot about me as a person. I took a piece of paper and created a list with 2 columns, pros and cons, and I tried analyzing what I actually want to do. And I remember as I started writing, I actually had maybe 2 pros. The cons side kept growing larger and larger until I ran out of space and I created a note on my phone instead. Also around that time I started really learning about feminism and what that meant. Somehow growing up I never thought about challenges of being a woman or hardships that women face day to day compared to lives of men. So I started learning about feminism, watching YouTube videos about this topic, and I think these 2 topics, feminism and having kids, of course, are super connected. So let's get into some of my more specific reasons of why I don't see motherhood as the right path for me, in no particular order. First of all, if I was looking for a job and I saw a job description for a mother, I don't think that I would ever want to send my resume. And of course, I realized that no person in this world actually proactively wants those sleepless nights or dealing with screaming children or changing diapers. Like, no one actually wants those aspects of being a mother or being a parent in general. But of course, when people want to have kids and they decide to have kids, the pros significantly outweigh the cons, which is obviously not my case. And I just see it as the most stressful, the most difficult job in the world. And no matter the benefits, I personally wouldn't want to apply there. Second, being pregnant. When I was a child, I was actually kind of obsessed with pregnancy. I loved pregnant women, and I still do. I respect them a lot. If my favorite blogger, for example, or if someone I know, a friend of mine, gets pregnant, I get super invested in their stories. You know, I know a lot about pregnancy or the process of childbirth, but the more I learn about it from my friends, from social media, the more I am convinced that I personally don't want to go through that. In most cases, pregnancy is a huge stress on the female body. And you know, during pregnancy, you go through so many changes, so many things that you cannot really control. I think this is also really connected with being able to control something for me. And I don't know, I just don't want it. That's all. My third reason is connected with the previous one, and is the process of childbirth. And here I don't think I have to say much, because we all know that it's one of the most painful things humans can ever experience. And I know there's so many other injuries, or why am I comparing it to an injury though? I mean, so many diseases, injuries, and things that human bodies can experience, which will be super painful too. But giving birth is something that you're doing willingly, right? Hopefully. So voluntarily putting yourself through that enormous amount of pain is just something that I personally am scared of, to be honest, and I don't want to do it. Reason number 4, I get overstimulated very easily, like super easily. I cannot handle loud noises very well. I get overstimulated in a crowd. I get overstimulated when someone is sitting next to me and watching TikToks, even if it's not like on the maximum volume. I get this anger that I can barely control. And I need a lot of alone time and a lot of quiet time. And I just don't think that as a mother, you have that option. Another big reason for me is that kids are forever. And once you make that decision, hopefully, if everything is okay in the world and in your family and your personal life situation, you have your kids until the end of your days, until the rest of your life. And I think with any other decision in the world, you don't have this sense of something being so permanent. If you take a job and you don't like it, you can quit. If you get married to a wrong person, you can divorce. If you move somewhere new and you don't like it, you can move to a different country. And I'm not saying that those things are easy. No, they're not. But they're all reversible, unlike the decision to have kids. One more very personal reason for me is that I'm a migraine sufferer. For the past 3 or 4 years, I've been on 3 or 4 different types of migraine prevention medication. I had injections, I had beta blockers, I was on antidepressants, etc., etc. I get really bad migraines, and it's a serious chronic condition. It's not just a headache once a month. Before I started taking preventative medication, I would even have 16 migraine attacks per month. And I just don't think that is compatible with having kids and having to take care of a child every single day. And just one more reason from those 50 plus from my note. When a woman is pregnant, everyone is happy for her. Everyone congratulates her. She's surrounded by this love and attention, ideally, and I hope it's the case for every single woman who gets pregnant. And yeah, she just gets so much attention, so much love, and everyone cares for her. But once she gives birth and once the child is there, unfortunately, so many women go invisible. And the society doesn't see them anymore. The society doesn't respect them anymore. And I obviously find this very sad. Mothers don't get the support from the society that they actually deserve. And that's also one of my reasons why I personally don't want to become a mother. So I've talked a lot. I can anticipate all the bad comments because I've talked about this on TikTok and Instagram before, and I've seen all of the arguments for and against. As I said before, I have a list of 50 plus reasons, and this list keeps growing and getting bigger. So this is where I stand right now. I don't think that this is the right path for me right now or possibly ever. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Where are you standing right now? And wherever you are, as long as you make this decision for yourself and you don't try to change anyone else's mind or opinion, I support you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Also check out my other social media, my Instagram and my TikTok. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.